Live from the Erickson All Sports Facility, it's time for the Crosstown Showdown. The Parkersburg South Patriots host the Parkersburg High Big Reds as WTAP Sports brings you local high school football action. Sponsored by People's Bank.
Good evening and welcome to the Erickson All Sports Facility. We're coming to you live for the 57th annual Crosstown Showdown between the city's two rivalry schools, Parkersburg South and Parkersburg High. I'm Jim Wharton along with Rick Marshall, who's filling in for Mike Caden, who's a little under the weather tonight. And we hope to have Mike back in a couple of weeks, but we look for a good game tonight. The 2-1 Parkersburg South Patriots, ranked 6th in Class Quad A, taking on a Big Red team that's 1-2. Both teams have had to replace a lot of their skill players from a year ago, and they've got some players that are stepping up and do the job. And, Rick, who do you think are be some of the key players to look out for tonight?
Well, on PHS side, it's going to start with their quarterback, Colin Hayes for South, and you got Eli Bartley for South. And then the hidden athlete at South is Taj Joyce. This kid is an incredible athletic freak. Don't be surprised if he does some kind of incredible athletic move this evening, because that's the type of player that he is. And then, of course, for PHS, you got to have Shelton as the running back. Wonderful kid, tough kid, has done a great job running the football. And then Cooper Kincaid for PHS as the quarterback. Big kid. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't run him this evening as well.
Parkersburg High has had an issue with injuries this season. Coach has said they've never seen that. But first, let's go down to the field for the toss of the coin, as we'll see who got the ball first tonight. And let's go down to the field as we see the Patriot captains come out on the field. We're talking about the Big Reds. There's Rex Foster, who's a referee tonight. We're talking about the Big Reds' injuries, and Coach Kimes had never seen the extent of seriousness this early in the season, but fortunately he's got one of his key players, offensive lineman Rudy Colombo's back. We see him, number 58. He's the center, and he's one of the emotional leaders of this team in his senior year.
In a game like this, that's going to be really important to have your emotional leader back, help you overcome those injuries. But as I told Coach Kimes, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Even though they're having injuries, they're building depth. And in Quad A with everybody qualifying for the playoffs, that's going to give them some depth come that playoff time and give them an opportunity to succeed.
Rex Foster explaining the call, and the PHS, I believe, has won the toss. Let's see if they – and they will – well, let's see. Let's let Rex tell us. Parkersburg High did win the toss, and they deferred, so Parkersburg South will get the ball first to start this game. And in a rivalry game, is there any advantage to having that ball first on offense? You're chomping at the bit to get out there and play, and you can see what your offense can do.
Well, I mean, for South and Coach Tanner, they want the ball first. They want to be able to get that kickoff, drive down the field, put in a score quickly, and that way they can put pressure on PHS. Now, for the Big Reds, the key to that is we're saying we think our defense can stop you early to give us an advantage coming out at halftime and getting the extra possessions.
And Parkersburg High will kick the ball away, and the kicker is Cole Sisk. As a special teams coach, have their players gathered around them. They'll send them out on the field shortly, and the Patriots come out on the field as the Patriot fires the musket, and here they come. The 2-1 Parkersburg South Patriots stumbled in week one. They had 5 turnovers, but the last 2 weeks they really righted the ship. Only 1 turnover a game in each of the last 2 weeks. And as I said, they dominated down on the road against a pretty good Beckley Woodrow Wilson team. Whenever you can beat the Flying Eagles and beat them handily on the road, that's an accomplishment.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people across the state were talking very highly about Beckley. So that was a big challenge for South going down there last week. And not just that they won, it's how they won. And I think they really sent a statement with the rest of the state that, hey, don't forget about us. We may have lost some people to graduation, but guess what? We have a program, and it's just plug and replace every year.
Exactly. And Coach Tanner has a good program and a lot of depth that he's developed. Last week the Patriots were able to win without their star running back, Eli Bartley, and Colin Haynes came in and put the team on his back. He had 17 carries for 111 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns. And also, Diedrich Riggs came in and took the place of Bartley, and he rushed for close to 100 yards and scored another touchdown. So the Patriots certainly do have depth. Sisk tips the ball away, and Parkersburg South pulls it in at about the 19-yard line. And the Patriots, that was, let's see, Eli Bartley there.
Yep.
And he gets the call, and Patriots will have not bad field position, first and 10, and we'll run down the offense for Parkersburg South. In the backfield, quarterback Colin Hayes, a 5'10 junior. Bartley's alongside of him. Also, the H-back is Cole Middleton, the wide receiver Brendan Kelly, Taj Joyce, who we talked about, and Devin Forshee. And the guys up front are Aiden Swisher, Logan Middleton, Eli Wheeler, Brody Nesselroth, and Tyler Wagner. Here we go. First and 10, our first play from the scrimmage tonight of the Crosstown Showdown. And it's Bartley going around the right side, and he'll push forward for about 3 or 4 yards. And Parkersburg High makes the play, and a good, solid, safe play for the Patriots to start this game.
Well, it was a great job of their offensive line. They generated an incredible push up front. South ran that little read, and Bartley was able to get right behind the big bodies and get 6 yards right out of it, almost 7.
So second down, and the Big Red coaching staff's on the field. We might have an injury or an equipment issue with one of the Patriots, or one of the Big Reds, I should say.
Yeah,
looks
and
the clock is stopped while they get this, and now the Rex Foster motions them in action. So we'll go at second and 3. And it's Collins this time on the keeper. Collins will pick up the first down.
Yeah, Colin Hayes did a great job. Again, they're South staying true to that zone read, and he saw where the lineman went and just rode it right down the field for a first down.
Let's run down the defense for Parkersburg High. The guys up front, Aeneas Lauderman, Adam Elder, Jake Bauman, Ethan Jones. The linebackers, Tyler Shahan, Devin Weidman, Zane Lewis. And here we go with the Patriots, and that is the man there. That is Devin Forshee, the senior, making a play.
And we're talking in the dark now. We've lost our lights.
We just lost our lights here. Let's see if we can get those back.
Yeah, Devin's done a really good job for South. They just threw the quick out pass to him, and he caught it and went up the field.
Now we go for a bomb, going for it all. And the ball is incomplete. He was going for Taj Joyce. Boy, the kid's got an arm on him.
Yes, he does. Colin Hayes is surprisingly, I call it sneaky strong.
Yeah.
He's able to really get a lot of depth, and I love it as a quarterback. I love how he really throws a high ball to give his receiver an opportunity to come down with that catch, as Taj was double covered and still almost caught the ball.
So it'll be second and 10, the 42-yard line, as we look at the cheerleaders from the fan cam. Looking over the sideline for the offensive coordinator for the play. Got trips up to the right at the top of the screen. And it's a handoff once again to Bartley. Bartley breaks a tackle. Bartley's on his way. Bartley, 42 yards for the touchdown. And Parkersburg South breaks out on top at the 10:35 mark, 6-0. A 42-yard run by Eli Bartley.
And what a great play. PHS actually sent the blitz into the play side. Their South lineman did a great job of manning up, helmet on helmet. Bartley rode it in there, broken arm tackle, and down the sideline he was gone.
Handoff once again.
Breaks
the tackle, kicks it to the outside. Bartley's on his way.
And
then he just turns on the jets. 42 yards for the touchdown.
Last minute effort there. So true to what South was wanting to do, they wanted to get the score first to put the pressure, and unfortunately they missed the extra point.
The extra point is no good. Bartley missed last week because of an injury, cyst in his tailbone, but no ill effect this week, and he shows right off that he's ready to play the Crosstown Showdown.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that's a very painful injury to have, and it's one of those things when they become inflamed, it can really slow you down. Now, ironically, Coach Nathan Tanner also suffered with that in his playing career. So the nice thing about that, he was able to talk to Eli about what it's like and really help coach him through it.
So the Patriots draw first blood. The Big Reds getting out there to get the ball. And we've got lights. Let there be lights. We've got lights back. Thank you very much.
I can actually see what I'm trying to read now.
Exactly. We can see our rosters and our lineups. We don't have the young man eyes like we used to, Rick.
No. I never had to have reading glasses till 2 months ago, and it's the worst thing that's ever happened.
I've got reading magnifying glasses I need.
Oh, it definitely helps. Here we go with the kickoff.
Alex Hanna booting the ball away. Just a little squiver up the middle. Goes through the first line of Big Red defenders or players, and they pick it up and they move the ball across the 35-yard line to the 38-yard line. Good second and third effort there by the Big Red runner. And that was Ethan Jones on the kickoff return. So the Big Reds will start 1st and 10. Not bad field position for their first possession of the game. We'll run down the Big Reds offense. The skill position, the guys in the backfield, quarterback Colin Haynes. And I should say, I've got the wrong rosters here. The first quarterback is Cooper Kincaid. Jake Shelton is the running back, along with the receivers Isaac Daly, Zane Lewis. The tight ends Braxton Kuffner. Slot receiver is Brady Thorne. He's just a freshman. He had a big game last week. We'll get the guys up front here shortly. Man in motion, and it's the handoff up the middle. That's Shelton looking for running room, but he gets pushed back.
And there was no running room right there. South's defensive line was able to generate the push into the backfield, and it just really stymied everything up. Look for PHS to set that up where they give it in the jet motion for a jet sweep right there.
The guys up front for the Big Reds include Rudy Colombo, the center, DJ Chambliss, Adam Elder, Jake Bauman, Dre Grinter. And we'll run down the Patriot defense here. On second down, 11 from the 39. Around the left side, that's Shelton. Shelton bounces it out close to first down yardage, and I believe he got it. Yes, he did. That was an 11-yard pickup on that play, Rick.
Nice hard run. Great zone read going off the left side tackle there with a good lead block. He just put his head down, ran over the tackler, and away he goes.
Yeah, looking at the replay, nice blocking and a good cut move there.
Great job. I love seeing linemen downfield that way.
And Big Red's trying to cross midfield for the first time. I'm sorry, Rick.
No, that's okay. It's staying true to what Coach Kimes wants to do. He really wants to get this running game established, control the clock, and control the time of possession.
Kincaid slinging it. He's got a receiver across the 40-yard line all the way to about the 36-yard line. A good pickup for the Big Reds there. And that was Brian Gregory. He's a 6-foot, 156-pound junior. And first pass of the day, and it's a completion for the Big Reds there. They pick up the first down at 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
That's a good reception to see. Brian's dad also helps coach on the Big Reds, so I'm sure Dad's happy to see his son come up with a reception.
2 first downs. The Big Reds trying to answer the Patriots score here in the first quarter of the crosstown showdown.
Just
a little throw to the slot receiver. Oh, good hit, and the ball is loose and on the ground. The Patriots say they have it, and I believe they do. Parkersburg South gets the first takeaway of this game.
That's the one thing. I mean, 95% of the time in any football game, if you win the rushing battle, if you win the turnover battle, and you hold your opponent to less scoring average than normal, you're going to win 95% of the time.
Derek Sandy made the big pop there on defense. It knocked the ball loose. And I think it was Jackson Lord who actually came up for the Patriots. And that's, I believe, their 11th or 8th takeaway of the season.
Yes, I believe you're right.
And
tough situation for PHS to be in,
yep.
But great opportunity for South. So let's see if they can take advantage of it, put another score up there, and get themselves up by 2 scores early here in the first quarter.
Talking to both coaches this week, they talked about the importance of just taking care of the football, and the Patriots get the first takeaway. Bartley there, not much running room. He tried the cut, but the Big Reds were there, and the defense got it done right there.
Looked like Adam Elder there.
I think so. I think.
And that's that is the thing when you have a big rivalry game. Turnovers can hurt you. and they can help you depending on if you're the benefactor of them.
Second down, the quarterback keeps it, and he gets knocked down for a loss, and it's a swarm of Big Red players there. They go to the whistle, and they attack go to the ball, and go to the whistle.
Love to see the aggressiveness, and official probably should have been just a little bit quick with that whistle. And we're, just as I say that, we're in the dark once again. But definitely in a rivalry game, you want to get those whistles done quickly just to prevent any extracurricular activities.
Yeah, set the pace there early on for letting the players know what the boundaries are. Haynes rolling left, slings it over the middle. He's caught. Devin Forshee, the senior, makes the play, and he picks up first down yardage, moving the chains.
Yeah, Forshee's really an unsung hero. He does all the, I like those players, I call them the trash can guys, because they do all the dirty work, and you know, they're not big and flashy, they're just consistent, and that's Devin all the way.
It's his 16th catch of the season. He had 243 yards coming in and 16 yards a catch. Oh, past the line of scrimmage, I think. The ball is caught. It looked at it, I might be mistaken, I thought Haynes was across the line of scrimmage. But they ruled it was a catch at first, and then he said no catch. So it's incomplete. I don't see any flags on the play. Do you see any flags on the field?
Don't see any flags, but I'm looking at the officials are talking.
Oh, there
right
I see it. They're at the 50-yard
line
or the 49-yard line.
I believe you're correct. It looked to me like it was across the line of scrimmage. Therefore, that should be an illegal forward pass, and if I remember correctly, that's a loss of down.
Yeah. I think 5 yards and a loss of down. Rex Foster.
Illegal forward pass on the offense. It's 5 yards from the spot of foul. Loss of down. Second down.
Rex concurs with your assessment. Let's run down the officiating crew. Rex Foster is your referee, a veteran referee. The umpire is Tom Curry. Line judge is Greg Church. Head linesman is Jeremy Buck. The field judge, John Gearhart. Side judge is Lee Dunn. And the back judge is Chase Marshall. No relation to Rick Marshall here in the booth.
No, we have mother from a different past is what I tell her.
Okay, on the end around. That's Brendan Kelly. Shakes and bakes across the 50-yard line. Nice move. He stays in bound there. And the Big Reds in on the tackle for Parkersburg High.
Like
that was Cyrus Backus.
Kelly on the reverse.
Definitely looks like got an illegal block. That play looks like it should come back.
We've got a flag on the play.
The great thing about this officiating crew is that I also officiate basketball with 3 of these guys. So.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block number 1 on the offense. That's 15 yards from the spot of foul. Second down.
And that's
was that a crackback block?
That's what we would have called a crackback block in that day, which used to be legal. It is not today.
And that is that the players that block, their head is turned away, so
he's unaware of what's coming at him.
Right, he's open for injury. It's a dangerous block.
Definitely helps him, and it's the same thing in basketball. A lot of people want to call a charge, but if you have a defender chasing an offensive guy and somebody sets a screen, they have to make sure they give him room to see them so he can try to avoid injury.
Little screen play there, middle screen. Picks up some of that yardage. They used to call that block like a decleater, knock them right out of their shoes.
He definitely took a shot, but that kid jumped right back up and was ready to go. So tough kids. Good job. Helps the penalties. Got him third down and long. Good opportunity to bow your back here and recover from a turnover.
Yep, the Big Reds defense trying to give their offense, have their offenses back after that turnover. Going deep, going long into double coverage, and the ball is incomplete. Nice play by the Big Reds defense there, and that was Connor Petty just swatting the ball away. Almost a dangerous pass into double coverage. That'll bring up our first punting situation of this ball game, and Devin Forshee will punt the ball away for the Big Reds. To the Big Reds.
Good time right there to attempt a pass like that. Even though it was in double coverage, you're throwing it to your probably the most athletic kid on the field in Taj Joyce, just giving him an opportunity to make a play. And Parkersburg did a great job in covering that one, double coverage, and batted it down to avoid.
Ooh, high snap. But he does get the punt off. The ball will hit at about the 25 and bounce backwards. That was a great job by the Patriot punter there, Devin Forshee, eluded a possible disaster there and got the got the punt away.
Yeah, very close. The PHS defender did a great job of getting some pressure there, and he just gave him just a little bit of fake to step sideways and was able to get that off. But PHS, for the most part, is in really good field position. You had a turnover that could have been turned into ugly if South would have scored, but here you are, you're starting on your own 29-yard line. It's still, you're only down 6, so let's go score.
And we'll run down the Patriot defense here. We haven't got a chance to talk about them, but we'll get that done after this first play. Kincaid in shotgun. He's got a man in motion. And a handoff to Shelton, and Shelton gets a couple of yards maybe. Let's run down the Patriot defense. The guys up front, Tyson Wagner, Logan Middleton, Brody Nesselroth, Caden Johnson. The linebackers, Colin Hayes, Cole Middleton, Kinson Lachmansing. I knew I'd get to say that. And the guys in the defensive backfield, Dietrich Riggs, Derek Sandy, Jackson Lord, and Taj Joyce.
I'm glad you got to say that name because I definitely would have butchered it a lot worse.
Okay, second down. Kincaid, incomplete. Falls a little short of Isaac Daly, his intended receiver.
Oh, boy.
And that'll bring up third down.
PHS got a player down. I think that might be Colombo.
Oh, my.
I hope not.
Let's say, trying to get the number. The young man is in pain. We'll take a timeout here, and we'll be back with more of High School Football Crosstown Showdown Edition after you see this. Welcome back to Crosstown Showdown High School Football. Yeah, that was, unfortunately, senior center Rudy Colombo who is injured. He's being helped off the field, and it's doubtful for his return tonight. And the Big Reds now come up with a third and 7 here, trying to answer a 6-0 deficit at the hands of the rivals. And it's quarterback keeper, and Kincaid says can do. Up the middle, on his way, spins. That's a great pickup there, all the way down to about the 43-yard line. So that's a great pickup there. That's 25 yards on the pickup on 3rd and 7, so that's getting it done.
It's a great call by Coach Kimes to run the quarterback here. They had an advantage in numbers in the box, and give a lot of credit to the PHS quarterback as he was able to see that, tucked it, and ran, and had a big gain. PHS is sitting in good field position right now on South 44.
Kincaid came into this game with 75 rushing yards, and he just put himself over to the century mark for the season in one run right there. Kincaid fakes the handoff. He's going
nice
deep
throw
over the middle, and nobody in the vicinity, and it fell to the turf incomplete.
Tell you what, he's got a nice arm.
He does.
Needed to get a little more air underneath that one as far as height, but he did that in the face of pressure. So that's a tough thing for quarterbacks to learn how to do, is to throw it, especially when you know you're going to take a hit right in the chops, which he did.
Takes a lot of guts. He had to wait his turn behind a great quarterback, and he gets his opportunity here in the senior season, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's been playing really, really well. And as I mentioned early, I'd like to see them, for PHS, continue to run him a little bit more. I think it's going to help.
And that's Shelton. And once again, it's gang tackling by the Patriot defense. He might have got 2 or 3 yards, but he gets thrown back.
It's actually probably a good opportunity for the Big Reds to take a look at maybe running some up-tempo. South's taking their time kind of getting reset on defense. So in situations like this, especially on your opponent's end of the field, you can catch them lollygagging around a little bit and get a big play off of it. Look for that down here as the game goes on, that PHS pulls that out.
There's no lollygagging in football.
Well, there's not supposed to be.
Not supposed to be. 3rd and 5, handoff to Shelton, and he'll get 2 or 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th down. Well, would they gamble for it here on the Patriot side of the field, go for it on 4th down?
Well, the one thing, would I personally do that? I would probably punt the ball and hook them in deep. But here's the thing. You're in a rivalry game. If you keep possession of the ball, you continue to run the clock, and they've got an opportunity to run out the entire first quarter and score, hopefully, to make this a 6-all ball game.
Big Reds are 58% on fourth down conversions so far this season, and they will go for it. We've got trips to the top of the screen. We've got Shelton right beside Kincaid. And fourth down and 5, we'll call it. And it's a little screen pass to Shelton. Nice deke, and he gets by his man, and he'll pick up that first down yardage. Nice play.
That was a nice dink and dunk right there.
Shelton with the Olay move, and he gets by, picks up that first down yardage. The Patriots in on the tackle, getting it done there to stop him from getting any further downfield.
So big play, puts Parkersburg High School in good field position. The clock's continuing to run. Let's see if they can punch this in for a score here before the quarter ends.
And that was Cole Middleton in on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. And it's an end around. And on his way is Taj Joyce, I believe. No. I know the lights went out again, so it's kind of hard to see the
time to pull out
numbers,
the cell phone flashlight.
Yes, exactly.
That was number 10, Hunter Levitt.
Hunter Levitt.
I believe it caught that.
2nd and 1.
It was either 10 or 11.
It was Levitt, number 10.
Okay.
Patriot coaching staff with instructions. It'll be 2nd and 1 now.
Officials timeout.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
The best scenario for Parkersburg High School is to continue to move methodically down the field, control time of possession, and if you don't score until the end of the second quarter, that's even better because you're limiting the possessions of South's high-powered offense, which is going to help your kids that are playing defense stay rested. So we'll see what happens. I mean, looking at South's coverage, PHS has an opportunity at the wide side of the field or to the split side to throw a quick hitter out and get it down the field.
Handoff up the middle, Shelton breaking tackler, scrambling inside the 5-yard line. A great play. The Big Reds are in red zone territory and trying to pull even in this ball game as we're just over 90 seconds away from the end of the first quarter.
What a hard run. Great job making initial contact. Kudos to the offensive line of PHS for creating that gap.
Yeah, he had a great burst of speed, too, once he got through that hole. Great shot there from our end zone camera. You can see the beautiful night here, a packed house here on the Patriots side, and the Big Reds are well represented, too, on their side of the field. A great crowd here tonight for the Crosstown Showdown. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
That's a great thing. This is the biggest crowd that both teams will play in front of.
We've got a timeout here. Big Reds call it their first timeout. And they'll reset. They must have saw something they didn't like from the Patriots defense, or they didn't feel they had the right personnel in for the play that was called. And we'll be back with more of this game after this. Welcome back to the Crosstown Showdown. It is 1st and goal for the Big Reds. They've called a timeout. They've regrouped and gathered their thoughts, and they're ready to try to tie this ball game up. Handoff, not much running room there at all as he gets thrown for a loss. And that was Ethan Jones, the running back, the 5'9", 175-pound junior, and that knocked him back for a loss.
Yeah, Tyson Wagner did a great job of shooting the gap right there. And when that happened, based on that read, there was nowhere for the running back to go. And there wasn't anything for the quarterback to do either because the defensive end came down from the backside and had him closed too. Great job by South defensively, schematically, making sure everybody had a proper gap and had everything covered.
Middleton's been a beast for the Patriots, the team leading 9.5 tackles for a loss and 4.5 sacks for a loss of 24 yards this season. So he comes through big once again right there. Kincaid dumps it off to Shelton, and Shelton gets knocked back further, all the way back to the 15-yard line. So the Patriots had first and goal, or the Big Reds had first and goal at the 4-yard line. Patriots defense have pushed them back all the way back to about the 13-yard line. So it's third and goal from the 13.
That'll be our last play, I'm pretty sure, of this quarter.
The clock's running down. And that will do it for the end of the first quarter, the Crosstown Showdown. With the score, Parkersburg South 6, Parkersburg High nothing. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Football Frenzy Overtime, the Crosstown Showdown edition. Third and goal for the Big Reds. And Rick, what do you expect?
Well, I said this earlier. Of course, the last play, PHS tried to come back and run that screen pass that got them the first down earlier when it was third and long. But in looking at South's defense, they haven't done a good job adjusting yet to the wide side of the field where PHS is running the twins. If PHS would motion to that wide side of the field, I think they can catch a swing pass if they hit it quickly and give the opportunity to run.
And it's a quarterback keeper, and Kincaid takes a shot. He took a pop there, a nice pop there by the Patriots. That was Bryce Smedley smacking him down there. That'll bring up fourth down for the fourth and goal for the Patriots, or the Big Reds, I should say. The ball on the 7-yard line, and we will see the kicker coming out to see if they can boot that through for a 3-point Big Red. That'll be kicked. The ball will be on the 15-yard line, so that'll be a 25-yard field goal. The kicker is Cole Sisk.
Cole also plays soccer, so.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
All right.
As we look at our end zone camera. And at the 11:14 mark, Parkersburg High is on the board 6-3 in the Crosstown Showdown.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us tonight on the Valley's Me-My as we begin another season of high school football on the WTAP family of stations. We've got the game live now on the Me-My, and we'll be having a taped replay of this game coming your way again at 11:30 for those people at the game who just weren't able to watch it. And we also have the game being streamed live right now on WTAP.com. So if you've got friends out of the area, let them know. Send them a text, an email, a telegram. Let them know they can watch the game on WTAP.com, any place in the world. And we've gotten communications from all over the world, from military bases in the Middle East and Europe, and people that have seen it in Alaska, California.
Yeah, the last time we had the game over at South 2 years ago, if I remember correctly, we had 111 different countries that actually tuned in online to watch it, which is phenomenal. So if you think about all the military and people that have moved, it's wonderful that they can still stay in touch and keep up on their local high schools.
Indeed. And that was Quinton.
Oh,
nice return there. Exciting play there.
Going through. Good
Still.
return.
The kid's fun to watch. Eli Bartley. He's a playmaker. Let's watch the replay there, Rick. Pulls it in about the 8-yard line. Just goes right up the middle, follows his blocker. Nice little side steps and gets a Patriots great field position. Got a correction on the kicker. I want to get this kid's name right. It's Quentin Wright. Quentin Wright.
Coming
we got a
block in the back.
Special teams penalty will burn you. Quentin Wright was actually the kid for the Big Reds that got that field goal. And he also kicked off there, a young Patriot fan, possibly his first Crosstown Showdown, and it won't be his last. Dad says, cover up your belly, son. We're on TV.
Different world today.
Yeah.
Different world today.
So that moves the ball all the way back to the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
So you have a good opportunity from South. They gave up the field goal, didn't take advantage of the turnover they got, but let's see if they can score quickly and try to change momentum here.
Brendan Kelly in motion.
Nice
it's
hold.
a run up the middle. Nice blocking there. Frees Bartley.
Yeah, South's offensive line doing a really good job opening that up. A little, block down or gap down block, as I like to call that. And they were able to create a little seam that the running back jumped through. South can keep on doing this at 4 and 5 and 6 yards a clip. Eventually they'll break a big one.
Bartley did break a big one in the first quarter, 42 yards for the touchdown, giving the Patriots a 6-0 lead at that point. And that's Bartley once again, this time not as much running room.
Yeah, it's good to see Zane Lewis back in the lineup. He was the PHS player that got injured early on, but he's back in there, and he's one of their big leaders on their defense. So he'll definitely keep him in. His dad, I got to play with him, was a great player back in his day too.
He's going for it all. Colin Hayes never afraid to throw it downfield, and it is intercepted, picked off by the Big Reds. Picked off by number 7 for Parkersburg High, and that is Cyrus Backus. I believe that's his second interception of the season. And Mikey just threw it too far downfield and overthrew his receiver, and Backus was right there, Rick.
Not a good choice to throw that. It's a deep pass. One way to look at it is it's as good as a punt because of how far it went down the field. But, in that situation, you want to make good decisions, and unfortunately that one was probably there was a better choice to hit his emergency valve coming out of the backfield and probably would have had a bigger gain and still possession of the ball.
That was Backus' second interception of the season. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Big Reds on the 18-yard line as they get a takeaway. 2 turnovers in this game so far. Now Shelton rolls to his right and picks his way back for some yardage there.
Yeah, PHS did a good job. They're running back to where the motion is coming from. But look forward as we get on this game that they take advantage with the motion guy going out to see if South's going to adjust to it, which, in my opinion, they have not adjusted to it so far. There's an opportunity for the Big Reds to take advantage of that at some point in this ball game that could be a big play.
That was 7 yards on the pickup. Zane Lewis in motion. Kincaid
nice read.
Throws it into the slot receiver, and he's breaking it. That is all the way for the Big Reds. 75 yards for the touchdown for Parkersburg High, and that is Hunter Levitt, the 5'8" junior, busting it. And take a look at the replay, Rick.
Oh, what a great job. They really sealed on the linebackers. The linebackers bit on the play fake. Give Kincaid a great just super kudos for how well he rode the running back down. That let the tight end come wide open, and the kid just turned on his jets and away he went.
Great speed, and he picking him up, putting him down 75 yards for the touchdown, and Parkersburg High grabs a 9-6 lead, and Wright's extra point is up and through. At the 9:16 mark, Parkersburg High grabs a 10-6 lead over the Parkersburg South Patriots.
I think coming into this is not what a lot of people were expecting to see, but PHS has come out with really with a lot of fight in them. Coach Kimes has come up with a very good game plan, and they have taken advantage of some over-aggressiveness by the South defense, but still a lot of time left to go in this game. But if you're on the PHS side, you're very happy with where you're at right now. And Nathan just needs to get his kids settled down, get them doing the base stuff that they're coached to do every day. And we're going to be in for a barn burner if it continues this way.
And that's what happens with a rivalry game. Things that you don't expect to happen often do happen. And last year we had a great game, 2 undefeated teams, and they went to overtime. This year teams got nicked up early in the season, but they're putting on a show tonight. And it really, whenever you play your rivalry, the old saying, you can throw everything out the window. But, yeah, the kids have been pointing towards this game since the beginning of football camp.
Well, it's we put a lot to rivalry game. A lot of these guys are friends in the off season. They play different sports together. They play basketball, baseball, so they're used to being around each other. And there's nothing better than beating your friend on the field because that gives you 365 days of rubbing it in.
Yeah, bragging rights. And that is Quentin Wright with the kick, and that is Bartley with the return. And the Patriots will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. You know, both these coaches played high school football, and now they coach high school football. And I talked to the coaches about, you know, what was more fun with playing a rivalry game. And Coach Keim said it was more fun being a player than being a coach, although he appreciates it. But Coach Tanner says he actually has more fun in a rivalry game being a head coach because he has more control over everything. And he said 2 years ago, seeing the crowd just blew him away with the crowd that he had at Erickson for the last time they played it here. And he really enjoys a rivalry game from the head coaching perspective as opposed when he was a player at a small high school in Virginia.
Oh, it's of course, when I played it, we played it at the end of the year, my senior year, which I hated it being at the end because it's cold. And if one team's not having a good year and the other team is, the crowd size kind of goes down. So I like it being played here as a former player and as a coach. The excitement is just so much more.
Bartley takes a while to get up, but he's on his feet and he's limping off the sideline, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And it looks as if he's favoring his left ankle. So hopefully they'll get that taken care of, and we'll see him back in the game because he is a talent.
Oh, that would be that's a player you
that would be a big loss.
Without. Yeah. Now I noticed on the kickoff return he got up and he was walking a little gingerly, so maybe he tried to toughen it out and then just maybe tweaked it just a little bit more.
Dietrich Riggs is in to take his place. He's 5'11", 185-pound junior. He had a big game last week, rushing for 87 yards and a touchdown as he replaced Bartley, who missed last week's game, as we said, with a cyst on his tailbone. The H-back, Cole Middleton. Now there's some confusion, and the Patriots will have to call timeout here.
Good use of your timeout. Get your kids in the huddle, get them settled down, and just remind them, hey, we've done this every day at practice. You know what you need to do. Let's get back to the basics. Just calm down, do what we do well, and let it take care of itself.
And as I say, you don't get to take those timeouts with you into the locker room, so it's always a good usage of your timeouts in the first half, so you can avoid having a possible turnover or mistake or a big play.
Well, I remember reading John Madden's book, 1 knee equals 2 feet. So for those of you that don't know, if you catch the ball with 1 knee and it hits in bounds, it's the equivalent of having 2 feet, so it's a good catch, specifically in the NFL. But John Madden used to get so upset if you used a timeout before the last 2 minutes of the half or the game because he said you can always come back from a long down. He said, but we need those timeouts to get the ball back late. He was a little more defensive-minded than today.
Bam, yeah.
Good play call.
Hayes slings it out. Man open along the sidelines. And that is Brendan Kelly, I believe. No, that was
number 8.
Number 8. Yeah, Brendan Kelly.
Yeah, great.
I was right the first time.
Yeah. Great play call by Coach Tanner there. And great job by the receivers blocking. That's what really opened it up.
Kelly also had a big game last week against Woodrow Wilson. He got 6 catches in that game.
Good job by Devin Windman slicing through the offensive lineman there to make that tackle.
2nd and 10.
Good quarterback
up the
power.
middle, quarterback keeper. Hayes pushes it forward.
Really impressed with Hayes' running ability, which I shouldn't have been because of how well he did, last week running the football. You look at a kid like that, and any time a defense has to face an offense that has a quarterback that can both throw and pass, you can't account for that defensively. So it makes it really difficult, and look forward to them to start really using him the rest of the game now.
3rd and 3, and Bartley's back in this ball game, so glad to see him back as he picks up the first down yardage and gets it down to the 31-yard line.
Good hard run. You would have never known he had a slight twist of his ankle there. He looks good now.
Got him rubbed down and ready to go.
Well, the advances in athletic training from where it was back just when I played is years ahead of where it was then.
That looked to be a mix-up on the handoff, but Bartley did get it, and I don't think he may have thought he was going to get that ball, but he held on to it, and it's a short gainer.
Just hit Hayes, just bobbled it a little bit on the snap, which threw everything off. And that's the thing with a lot of these offenses now. They're designed around timing and rhythm. So one little thing, and just ask Neil Brown at West Virginia in the first game against Penn State, when you don't time a snap right, bad things can happen. Good call.
He fakes the pass. He cuts it back to the left, pushes it across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Pick up of 2. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
That was about a quarter of a block away from being a very big play. If number 45 would have got his butt a little bit more to the outside and sealed that defender, Hayes would have been out for a very, very long game.
3rd and 8.
Man, you can feel the excitement in here. It's great.
And that's just in the press box.
Yeah.
Oh, Bartley up and over across the 25. I think he's short of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down, about 2.
Yeah, the long 2, short 3, as we
and they're
call
going for it. They go for it quickly. It's the quarterback keeper, and the whistle was blown.
PHS called timeout.
Oh, Big Red's got the timeout before the ball was snapped, and probably a good thing.
Yeah, because that very well could have been a score.
Yeah, Hayes was on his way.
It's an interesting cat and mouse game going on between Coach Kimes and Coach Tanner. Coach Kimes kind of took their defensive philosophy, and they've been putting a lot of stunts, putting a lot of pressure on the South offensive line, trying to get them to make adjustments. So they've caused South some problems because they're getting pressure into the backfield. But Nathan's doing a good job saying, okay, you want to bring that pressure inside. We're going to seal you down and get to the outside, and that's what we're seeing on this drive right now.
A little chess match going back and forth.
Absolutely.
It's a hot day here, 85 degrees, and at game time it was still in the mid-80s with a feels-like temperature of close to 90. But the players have handled the heat, and it's now that the sun has gone down, it's cooled off nicely, and a good night for football. And looking across the field from the press box, the Parkersburg High side is very well filled, and the press box side here is packed. So it's another big crowd here for the Crosstown Showdown. Best of the year for both schools. 4th and 3 now.
Interesting. PHS is showing a little bit of man coverage. I'll be curious to see if they back out of this. You got Taj is down here on the bottom side of the screen, one-on-one. Would be a great time to throw a fade to him in the end zone.
And they're restarting the play clock. Now Rex Foster whistles for the ball in play. And here we go. Haynes.
South's got the slant wide open.
That is a handoff to Bartley. Bartley just powers his way up the middle. He follows his blocker there, the H-back Cole Middleton, opened up a hole, and he picks up 1st down on 4th down, keeping the drive alive for the Patriots.
Well, that's where South's been having success. They've struggled a little bit throwing the football, but running-wise, they're getting yards. 4,
Patriots
5,
in the hurry up
carries.
Now. The quarterback keeper kicks
Good
it to
cut.
the outside, and he's always all the way 17 yards for the touchdown. He took a little pop at the start and then just kicked it out the side. And Colin Hayes, 17 yards for the touchdown as the Patriots bounce back and regain the lead here. Let's look at the replay, Rick.
Great job. He took it inside. The lineman did a great job blocking, and then he saw he could pop it back out to the outside, and down the sidelines he went for a touchdown. Just a great job blocking by the offensive line, and a great job by Hayes seeing that he could pop it outside and take it the distance.
Now we've got a little
That's not even October
confusion
yet.
here. Yes, exactly.
Well, that's been our press box. Lights on, lights off.
Yeah.
if I've never been in a Darth Vader costume, but I kind of feel like that now because we're back in the dark.
Yes.
Of course, some people told me I've been in the dark my whole life, so there's nothing new to that.
Now, there's still some confusion. Patriots looking to the sideline. Devin Forshee is the holder, and he motions to the sideline. Alex Hanna is the kicker, and he'll try to get them the extra point here. High snap. The kick is up, and it is good from our end zone camera. So at the 4:43 mark, Parkersburg South regains the lead 13-10. We'll be back with more of the Crosstown Showdown after this. And welcome back to the Crosstown Showdown. Parkersburg South getting ready to kick the ball away after regaining the lead on a 17-yard touchdown run by Colin Hayes. They lead it now 13-10. Alex Hanna, a short kick. It'll be taken by an up back. I think that's.
Don't go backwards.
Took a shoulder there. That was. That was a tough hit. Football's a tough game there, Rick, and he took a shot. That was Ethan Jones for the Big Reds. And I think he took a pop there on the shoulder pad.
It's never a good thing when you start running backwards. Bad things happen.
Yeah.
Take a short kick like that and just go straight up the field and see if you can break through the first wave.
I think it's negative momentum when you run backwards.
Yes. Now, if you're Carl Lewis or somebody like that, okay, go right ahead.
First and 10, Kincaid slings the pass.
Oh.
Good catch. That's Zane Lewis. Crossed the 40 to the 42-yard line. So that's a 14-yard pickup on first down. Oh, we've got a little extracurricular activity at the end.
See, I think it's going to be against the Big Reds. Great play call. Good job by Zane Lewis to get up. He really split the blockers and got a good gain out of it. So let's see what the call is.
We'll wait for Rex Foster to let us know.
The result of the play is a first down for Parkersburg. After the play, dead ball, personal foul against Parkersburg, number 50. It's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
Adam Elder on the play, on the call there. And football's an emotional game, and got to keep those emotions in check.
You absolutely do. I mean, penalties like that will kill you in big situations. I know Coach Tanner when South went to the championship game a couple years ago. They struggled with getting those personal foul penalties, and it ultimately they had a chance to really take control of the championship game, and they got 3 right in a row, and it took them out of scoring position.
Slipped away. Kincaid throws it out to the right side.
Oh, nice little flood route.
That was Braxton Kuffner, the tight end, 185-pound junior.
It's going to be interesting to see how Coach Tanner did a great job adjustment. We were talking in a break about the timeout the South took. Coach Tanner settled his kids down, got them back to the basics, and they ran right down the field. So now the key is going to be what can Coach Gimes, from an adjustment standpoint, do to really get the Big Reds moving in the right direction, and looks like he's made some subtle moves to do just that.
Kincaid with the handoff to Shelton. Nothing there. He'll lose a yard. We got a flag down on the far side of the field, so it might have had offsides medal. Yeah, no, it's a legal procedure, false state. I guess they don't call it a legal procedure anymore, but
yeah.
Of course, if the basketball move, it'll be traveling, with the rolling hands.
Oh, makes me think of the late Bruce McCoy, who I remember growing up, he officiated so many of our games, and unfortunately he passed away. But what a great guy! As a kid, I used to love it. He would call stuff like that. He's like, no, he's traveling to the beach. And if you fouled a kid, he's like, no way. That's a foul. He's giving him the business.
Yeah.
Offense, 5 men in the backfield. That penalty's been declined. Second down.
Definitely the community's going to miss him.
Yeah.
He was quite an asset.
You knew his voice. instantly if you were in a game where he was officiating.
Absolutely.
I think they said his nickname in college was the megaphone. He was loud and proud and unmistakable. The late Bruce McCoy.
South's really pinching the inside there with the rush.
Kincaid rolling right. He's going to take off.
Great decision on his part.
Pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I was always told coming up as we were playing, and unfortunately you don't see a lot of quarterbacks do it today unless they're quote-unquote a running quarterback. But if you're a quarterback and you're rolling out and you've got an opportunity to get 4 or 5 yards, take it.
Yeah.
Woody Hayes would love it.
Yeah.
But in today's game, most coaches are like, no, just go ahead and throw it. But I like that fact. Much more manageable position being 3rd down and 6 as opposed to 3rd down and 10 if he throws an incompletion.
And if you don't have an open man, take what you can get.
Absolutely.
Kincaid handing it off to Shekel. Shekel puts his shoulder into a would-be tackler, and he just shoots forward for the first down, crossing the 50 to the 49-yard line.
That was just a great, easy little power run right off the right side tackle. Big Reds did a great job sealing down the South line because South's been pinching on the inside, so they blocked down and created a seam for the PHS running back to get through there, and did a good job, made a hard run.
Shelton came into this game with 59 carries for 171 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also has 9 catches to his credit for 63 yards. Big Red's trying to milk the clock here and march down the field, get some points before half, and take the lead into the locker room. Kincaid just dumps it, getting rid of it. Was there anybody in the vicinity?
All he has to do is, once he's out of the pocket, throw it across the line of scrimmage. And they put that rule in several years ago to help protect the quarterback and help prevent some injuries right there.
A good rule change.
It took me a while to get used to that, but the old days, you run it. You try to see if you could run over the defensive back. I always took that as a personal challenge to be able to do that and enjoyed the physical contact.
Shelton just picks it up for about 2 yards. Rolling clock here. In the crosstown showdown, Parkersburg South on top, 13-10. Big Reds now face a 3rd and 8.
Be a good time to run a counter play here. It's been the old rule of thumb is every 6 to 8 plays get a counter off of what you're normally doing, trying to catch the defense in a stunt or overflowing to one side. We used to have a lot of success in that back when I coached. So let's see what happens here.
We got 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen there. Kincaid looked right. Now he's looking left. Now he just dumps it off, hits his receiver.
First down.
First down yardage, and that is Isaac Daly.
Yep, late hit.
And we've got a late hit out of bounds, and that'll bring up 15 more yards. So Big Reds pick up the first down yardage and more with the penalty. That'll move them inside the red zone under 2 minutes to go here in the first half of the crosstown showdown.
Here's the thing, as a football fan and former player, I don't like that call. It's the right call, but here's why I don't. You have players really hustling to get out of bounds. It is very hard to pull up and let off of a guy. And he pushed him. He didn't tackle him. Unless he lands out on the track. That's just my personal opinion as that. I still like to see the game have physicality.
Yeah.
You can only go so far and really taking that out.
Do you think maybe after the personal foul earlier in the quarter, they're just way of saying, hey, we're gonna keep a close rein on the physicality, so to keep things in check and keep emotions in check.
Well, and it depends as an official. They may have warned them early, and that's why they called that.
Okay, back to the action. Kincaid sends one over the middle into the end zone. It is incomplete. Intended receiver is a Brady Thorne, just a freshman. Brady Thorne had quite a week last week with, I think, a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He's a talent.
Yes,
Coach Keim said that he's been one of the pleasant surprises of his team, and he's just a freshman and starting on a Quad A team, so it tells you what kind of talent he is.
Well, I can tell you that the group that came up, a freshman from Hamilton, were really good football players. They were track guys, but what I liked when I saw them as freshmen, they're very physical kids. They love contact, and that's rare in today's world.
Flip the pass out. Is the ball loose?
Another one.
It is. It's a takeaway, and the Patriots have it. Parkersburg South comes away with a takeaway as the Big Reds were knocking on the door. And let's take a look at the replay.
Great hit by the South defender.
Yeah, and I think it was Derek Standy and Jackson Lord both combined again. They combined on the last turnover. One popped the ball loose and the other guy recovered. So it's a great takeaway team there of Braxton Lord and Derek Sandy.
And unfortunate for a Big Reds, very creative play call right there that was turning into a big play. And unfortunately, now they have their second turnover of the game. Tough to overcome those. We'll see what happens right here.
Especially in the red zone.
Oh, absolutely.
Colin Hayes with the handoff. Bartley cuts it back. He'll get it back out to about the 18-yard line. And we've got a whistle on the play. I don't know if there's a flag or a timeout. We see a Big Red with his helmet off. He had to go get his helmet. Way back at the inside the 10-yard line. I don't know how it got that far down.
Kind of surprised there wasn't a foul called there. Definitely got some fingers in the helmet, and it went flying.
Collins rolling, shooting it to the sideline. And he hits a quick receiver. It's Taj Joyce, the junior, who's a danger to break it at any time he catches the ball. A hurry-up offense now, a minute 13 to go in this game. Kay's rolling left, throwing deep.
Coach Tanner's seeing an opportunity right now to accelerate and put a lot of pressure on the Big Reds.
He overthrew his intended receiver, Devin Forshee, by a good 10 yards. That'll stop the clock with 1:05 going. Coming up at the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show, or before the half, we'll actually have a word with the leading coach going into the locker room, Nathan Tanner, at this point. And then at the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show, we'll be talking to the new principals of both Parkersburg High and Parkersburg South, coming away shortly on the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show. Back to the action. 2nd and 10. Hayes. Quarterback keeper. We stop the clock. Hayes tries to get the ball to the official to get it spotted. Now they'll wind the clock here shortly.
55 seconds left.
A lineman comes in, and Rex Foster winds the clock. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Coach Tanner's got something in his pocket. He's not looking to sit on the ball. He wants to score here and go up by 2 scores going into the half.
Hayes takes a shot. And he throws it. What a catch. Gets the first down yardage, and that was Devin Forshee with the catch. If we get a replay shot of that on replay, watch this, Rick.
Oh, my goodness. He about got decapitated right there.
But he hung in there, took the shot on the blitz, and picks up the first down. 35 seconds on a winding clock.
Tough kid. Very tough kid.
And now we've got a timeout taken. I believe the Patriots will take it. And they do. 30 seconds to go in this one.
What a great sign of a leader from your quarterback right there. Takes an incredible shot from PHS defender. Gets the pass off. Great catch by the receiver. And even though the hit was brutal, he just bounces right back up and is ready to go and says, give me your next shot. We're still going down the field and scoring. Love it. That's leadership right there.
And I think the timeout also gives him a little breather after taking that shot, just to clear his head and making sure that he's focused on what the next play is.
Well, I mean, I always found when you took a shot, a lot of times it really boosted your adrenaline. It fired you up a little bit. Like, okay, I'm going to give you that one. You got it. That was good. But let me finish it. Hayes is that type of player. He's very hard-nosed. You can tell And I really look for South to continue to use him running the football a little bit more. So I'm going to be curious to see what Nathan does right here. Maybe send 2 receivers down the seam and let him and put the safety in a little bit of a bind on who he's going to choose to defend, providing they can block it.
Yeah, and we got trips to the bottom of the screen. Hayes over the middle, intercepted. Parkersburg High comes away with the takeaway with the pickoff there. The Big Reds get the ball back, and that is Ethan Jones. We've called his name a lot defensively for the Big Reds this game, and Ethan Jones comes away with the interception.
Boy, he did a great job reading the quarterback's eyes and just stepped right in front of where the pass was going, picked it off. We talk about turnovers are big in this, and now we're setting both teams with 2 turnovers here in the first half. The key is going to be, is there time enough on the clock for PHS to punch in a score?
Just under 22 seconds, and that was like a bubble screen, I think, they attempted, and it was just blown up there by Ethan Jones.
Good job on his part, reading his keys and getting in the right area at the right time.
Big Reds do have, I believe, 1 timeout left. Kincaid looking,
a little pressure,
taking time. He's going to take off. No, he's going to go to the end zone. And, he's a little behind the receiver. And it was unfortunate that it might have been tipped up and intercepted. But fortunately for the Big Reds, the ball hit the turf.
Yeah, I mean, great job by the receiver coming back to the quarterback as he scrambled out. That's what they teach in practice all the time. So, in the excitement of this game, the ball was just a little bit behind him. If it's 2 feet to the left, that's a touchdown.
Yeah. So 12 seconds to go. Trips to the top of the screen now. Kincaid looking right. Oh, he takes a shot. He stays on his feet. Wow. That is one tough kid. He took a shot, and then he took a second shot. He got finished off there by the defense.
Took a timeout there. Great job on the South's defense, really sealing, come crashing down from the backside.
Yeah. Brody Nesselrote got the tackle, but the guy came in and gave him the initial shot. I think that was a safety blitz.
Yeah. It looked like the corner coming off from the backside, and then kept the safety over the top to defend him in case they went deep. But good job by Kincaid to keep his wits about him, and still that was a shot every bit as bad as the shot Mr. Hayes took just a possession ago.
Yeah, these quarterbacks are tough. So we've got time for one more play. Heave it to the end zone, and barring a penalty, of course.
Right.
Or will you just hand the ball off and go into the locker room? And
well, PHS is going to get the ball to start the second half. Knowing Coach Kimes, he wants to try to score, but I think he's going to be safe in a play call that it's either going to be an incomplete pass. You don't want to give up anything where an interception can happen, a sack can happen, you lose the ball, and it's returned for a touchdown.
And another timeout here. I believe that's taken by the Patriots. That was their final timeout. They saw the formation and wanted to make sure the kids were all on the correct page.
Well, a little chess match right there. You see that in basketball a lot, especially on free throws.
Right.
Coach is going to call a free throw, try to ice him. And normally in football that happens when the kicker's kicking a field goal, but we're obviously way out of field goal range here. You want to make sure everybody's set, everybody's got the right coverage area. You just don't want to give up the touchdown before the break with PHS taking the ball to start the second half.
I've got a score here from up in Williamstown, the defending state champion Williamstown Yellow Jackets on top of Ritchie County, 21-0. That game's in the second quarter. Okay, here we go. Teams are back out on the field. The Big Reds have trips to the top of the screen, a receiver on the bottom. Kincaid with a sidecar of Shelton. Kincaid takes a shot, and he is down, and that is the end of the first half. Parkersburg South on top of Parkersburg High by the score of 13-10. We hope to hear from Coach Nate Tanner coming up here shortly, if we get him on the sideline to talk about. And we'll wait till he's set up there, and we will go down to him. But right now the score is 13-10 at the half of the Crosstown Showdown. An exciting first half, and we'll get the perspective of Coach Nate Tanner and his thoughts on what transpired over the first half. And Coach Tanner, can you hear us? Coach Tanner. Okay, Coach.
Well, Coach, this is Rick Marshall up here. Interesting first half. We had talked about earlier in the week about controlling time of possession, being able to do what you do, not having turnovers. In this case, both teams have had two turnovers to start the first half. You got yourself in a little bit of a bind with some turnovers of your own, but your kids have bounced back. What has been your key to get this league going into halftime?
Man, really just responding after adversity. Like you said, we've turned the rock over some. Our kids have done a good job getting the ball out on defense as well. Both sides have had some self-inflicted wounds, and we're lucky to be up by 3 right now. So we're blessed to be where we're at. We're going to go in, settle down, come out in the second half, and try to capitalize on some more opportunities and come out with a win.
Coach, what's your message to your kids at halftime?
Just tell them we're in a good space. We've done some good things. We've been able to run the football. We've defended the run well. They hit us on that explosive RPO. We'll talk about that, how to defend that. I think special teams is doing pretty well. Just to settle down. I think, on both sides, everybody was wound up there at the beginning, but we're going to settle in and find a way.
Good luck the second half, Coach.
Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank y'all.
And that's Coach Nathan Tanner. And coming up next is the A1 Heating and Cooling Halftime Show. And we'll be back after this. And welcome back to the A1 Heating and Cooling Halftime Show at the half of the Crosstown Showdown. It's Parkersburg South on top of Parkersburg High, 13-10. Joining us now at halftime is the new head coach, new principal of Parkersburg High, Jason Potts. And Jason, thanks for being with us. Jason, what's this experience been like as your first couple of months here as principal at Parkersburg High?
Oh, it's been great. It's like returning home. Had an opportunity to teach at Parkersburg High School, and then a couple years as assistant principal. Went to central office as the director of curriculum for about 5 years, and then back home to Parkersburg High School. It's been something I've been looking forward to doing.
Jason, this is Rick Marshall up here. I know you spent some time in the private sector doing some work, and then got back in the education side. What are some adjustments you see for Parkersburg High School moving forward in the future to really raise that level of existence of the high school?
Oh, absolutely. It is, coming from the private sector there again for a while, it is, unfortunately, we are not the only game in town, and we have to adapt, some of the things that we do to be more marketable. We also have to really make those connections with the community. I think that internships, opportunities to be able to make those connections directly, from the school into the community is really some of those next steps.
And Jim Wharton, once again, Jason, can you talk about the importance of extracurricular activities, be athletics or chorale, choir? Just can you talk about what the importance for the growth of a student that the extracurricular activities have?
Absolutely. It's vital, just like we're seeing Parkersburg South march out onto the field right now. It is just a way to be passionate. For some students, academics is their way, but from robotics to we have esports now to, again, like you're talking about with the music programs, just a way to find excellence, to find your place, and it just really enhances the whole high school experience. So it is it's very important, and it's just amazing how much time our educators spend, and then they're willing to do something additional and extra to continue to give back. Really impressed with our teachers that also coach.
Thanks, Jason Potts, the principal of Parkersburg High. Thanks for being with us, and best of luck the rest of the school year and with your career at Parkersburg High.
All right, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Jason.
We'll be back with more of the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show after this. Welcome back to the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show, where Parkersburg South is on top of Parkersburg High 13-10 at the half. Joining us now is the principal of Parkersburg South High School, Marie Bailey Francisco. And Marie, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I wanted to ask you, you're a longtime assistant principal at Parkersburg South, and now that you are the principal of Parkersburg South, what's the adjustments that you've had to make taking over the reign of the school at Parkersburg South?
Honestly, not a lot different. Like you said, I was there for 10 years. We had a great thing going with our students and our staff, and honestly haven't changed a whole lot, so there really hasn't been that big of a difference.
Awesome. Well, Maria, I know you were the first graduate of Parkersburg South to be named the principal. What has that meant to you and your family in the journey you've gone on to reach this point in your career?
I'd be lying if I said that I didn't love that. It's been a long time coming, and I'm a 1994 graduate and very, very proud of Parkersburg South. I can share a lot of stories with kids, like especially telling them to be really proud of Erickson All Sports Facility, because I remember when we had to play these games and march and cheer and all of those things over at the other side of the river, and that was our home game, and now we actually have a home of our own. Just things like that I can share with them with personal experience, and they love to go and look at our graduation photos in the hallway and try to pick me out and the other alumni teachers in those pictures.
Not that there was any high hair back in those days with a lot of hairspray, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said not that there was a lot of high hair and a lot of hairspray back in those days, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Marie, can you talk about the emphasis that you make with students, these modern days problems that have occurred, and how you try to guide your student body through the trials and tribulations of being a teenager these days?
It's tough. We say every day, those of us of a certain age, that we are so glad that we did not have cell phones and social media whenever we were in school. They face so many more temptations than we do, and I think there was just a lot of things that still went on back in the day, but again, there wasn't that social media presence there, so a lot of people just didn't know what was going on. But we try to tell them all the time, look, this is the best time of your life, and it may seem like a long time, but it's just a very, very short 4 years. So enjoy it, try to make the most of it, and try to block out all of the negative that's happening. But, make good choices. We try to tell them to make good choices all the time and show them what those choices are.
Marie Bailey San Francisco, thanks for being with us on the halftime show, and best of luck the rest of the school year.
Thank you. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
We'll be back with more of the A1 Heating and Cooling halftime show after this. And welcome back to the 81 Heating and Cooling halftime show, the Crosstown Showdown edition, where Parkersburg South is on top of Parkersburg High, 13-10. A great first half, and we're now going to be throwing down to the field, where we'll be going to talk with head coach Matt Kimes of Parkersburg High. And Coach, no, not yet, but we will get back to him. Rick, what's your impressions of the first half?
Well, what a great game. If you're a fan of football, you love what you're watching right here. Two great teams that are rivals against each other, battling it out. We've had both teams had two inopportune turnovers at the wrong time, but yet they were able to stand up, bow their backs, and preserve where they're at. We're going into a second half that's going to be a barn burner. I'm anxious to watch it, and I hope everybody else in the TV world is ready to watch it too.
We've got some pull up some of the halftime stats here from Carol Jett, the statistician of Parkersburg High. Looking first off for Parkersburg High, it was Jake Shelton with the leading rusher. He had 46 yards. And also Cooper and Kincaid also had 25 yards rushing. And checking out the passing, it was Kincaid 8 of 13, 119 yards for a touchdown. And receiving, the leading receiver was Hunter Levitt with 3 catches for 74 yards and and a touchdown as well. For Parkersburg South, their leading rusher Eli Bartley with 77 yards and a touchdown, averaging 7 yards a carry. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is.
And passing, Colin Hayes 6 of 11, 2 interceptions, 68 yards, and also rushing for Hayes, 6 rushes for 38 yards, and he also had a touchdown in that. So very close ball game, looking for excitement in the second half as well. And we're waiting for Coach Kimes to come on, and we're just moments away from the kickoff of the second half.
Well, you have two teams in a great spot. If Coach Tanner gets his kids, like he said there right before halftime, they were moving forward. It looks like we've got Coach Kimes here ready.
Coach Kimes, can you hear us? Okay, Coach, talk about your impressions of your team's performance in the first half.
Well, I mean, we turned the ball over at a couple inopportune times as we were driving it, but we're making plays. We're competing at a high level. What I said before this, right? Who's going to be the most physical team and who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? So far, we made too many mistakes. They've capitalized on it a little bit. Hopefully, we can clean that up and keep being a physical team and make more plays than they do here in the second half.
Okay, Coach Kimes, thanks for being with us here. And we're just moments away for the kickoff. Parkersburg High won the toss at the start of the game, coin toss, and deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball. And Rick, how important is this first possession in the second half for the Big Reds?
Well, it's in football, in a tight game like this, that first possession of the second half is huge. PHS can get this ball and drive down the field and punch in a score. It really sends the momentum to their side. And at the same point in time, if you're South, if you can make a stop quickly and get the ball back and you punch in a score, then you really put a pressure on your rival to try to really overcome and make some plays.
And the Patriots special teams ready to boot the ball away. It'll be Alex Hanna doing the kicking. Big Reds have 2 returners in the backfield, Jake Shelton and Tyler Shahan. Short, that is pulled in by, I think, Ethan Jones. And the Big Reds will have pretty good field position for their first possession.
Much better job on this return. He decided to get straight up the field and actually came within a couple inches of breaking that for a bigger play. So much better field position than what happened last time in the last kickoff.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard lines. Offensively for the Big Reds, the quarterback is Cooper Kincaid. Jake Shelton and the running back, wide receiver Isaac Daly, Zane Lewis, and slot receiver Brady Thorne. The tight end is Braxton Kuffner. Handoff, Shelton going around left end.
That's
get
good
3
job.
or 4 yards. Not a bad start.
Little sweep action there out of the Big Reds, trying to push. South did a good job in the first half of pinching inside and bottling everything up. So you can see real quickly Coach Kimes has made the decision we're going to start pressuring the edge and really trying to get some people out in space.
Guys up front for the Big Reds include DJ Chambliss, Adam Elder, Jake Bauman, Dre Grintner.
Power pistol here.
Right up the gut. Gang tackling there by the Patriots. We'll get 2 or 3 yards. Defensively for the Patriots, we've got Tyson Wagner, Logan Middleton, Brody Nesselrod, Caden Johnson. The linebackers, Colin Hayes, Cole Middleton, Kinson Lunchmouthing, close. Defensive backfield, Dietrich Riggs, Derek Sandy, Jackson Lord, and Taj Joyce. 3rd and 4. Trips to the top of the screen. Fakes the handoff and he flips it outside to his receiver, and I believe he's got the first down yardage.
Really nice RPO action right there out of the Big Reds. Nice decision by Kincaid to throw it out to his swing man and let him make some moves getting up the field for the first down.
Hunter Levitt, he had that nice touchdown catch in the first half.
So far we've seen outside, one to keep them honest on the inside.
Man in motion. Oh, they run into each other. The ball's on the ground. I believe, though, the Big Reds are on top of it. That could have been disastrous.
Oh.
Yeah, at the bottom of the pile was Kincaid, had it. Let's take a look at that. You got the tail end of it, but the one of the Big Reds, I think, ran into another on the handoff, and that caused the ball to go on the ground. And bad things happen when the ball's on the ground for an offense.
Absolutely, it does. But here we are. They're across the 50-yard line on their opponent's 49. 2nd and 14. An opportunity here. What are you going to do to make the adjustments? Keep the ball and move the ball forward to start this third quarter.
3 receivers in the bottom of the screen. Kincaid on the quarterback keeper. That was a run all the way. He'll pick up about 4 yards on that. That'll make it 3rd and long.
It looked like there was a little bit of delay in the backfield by Kincaid, so it looked like it must have been an RPO, and he decided to run it. But he did a great job. The initial contact was in the backfield, and he carried him down the field for a couple yards.
And for those out there who might not be familiar with the term, run-pass option, RPO.
Yes, run. Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that.
I didn't mean to correct you, but it took me years and years to figure out, what is that RPO? Is that like a
it's
CPR3 or
CP3? Well, that's a little Star Wars terminology there.
Kincaid trying to pick up that first down. He will not. Well, he breaks free. But this time they bring him down at about the 42-yard line, well shy of the first down marker.
I tell you what, way to take a bad play and turn it into a positive. That was sheer athleticism and toughness right there on Kincaid. Great job of the Big Red quarterback, pulling it down, running, getting what he can. And we'll see what happens here with the Big Reds punting to the Patriots on their own. From their own 41.
Zane Lewis, if we widen out, Zane Lewis is back there to punt the ball, and he does get the ball away. The ball be pulled in at the 10-yard line. Oh, nearly stripped. Nice hold on there by the Patriots as they come up and hold on to the ball. It's Brendan Kelly. They were trying to strip the ball loose, but he maintains possession. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their 11-yard line. So the Patriots accomplished what they wanted to do. They didn't get a 3-and-out, but they did get an out. First possession of the Big Reds had not scored, so Patriots now have the opportunity to add to their lead.
You got the ball. You're backed up a little bit in towards your own end zone. Hopefully the turnover bugaboo is gone, and we don't have to worry about that. And let's put together a drive like they did at the end of the second quarter.
Up the middle with the run, and that is close to first down yards, and I believe Bartley's picked it up.
But you can see right now that Coach Tanner has decided, look, our bread and butter is running the football. We're going to come at you and see how you can adjust and handle our physicality to start the second half.
That was an 11-yard pickup on the play. Hand off to Bartley once again. He pushes it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Offensively for the Patriots, it's Colin Hayes in at quarterback, Eli Bartley, the running back. The H-back is Cole Middleton, wide receiver Brendan Kelly, Taj Joyce, and Devin Forshee. Guys up front, Aiden Swisher, Logan Middleton, Eli Wheeler, Brady Nesselroth, and Tyson Wagner. 2nd and 5. This time they contain him and sling him back, Bartley.
Good job of the Big Red defense, just staying at home, everybody maintaining their gap and closing up that play that very similar to the play that PHS tried to run earlier that they bobbled in the backfield. So
they say there was no gain, so 3rd and 5. Big Red's trying to get a 3-and-out here. Hayes up the middle. Hayes on his way. Hayes breaks through. Hayes has a man to beat. They'll finally wrestle him down to about the 21-yard line. The ball gets knocked out of bounds.
We got a flag back.
We do have a flag way back there.
I think we're going to get a hold called on South. It's going to bring that play back. Yeah,
that was about a 48-yard gain, but it'll be negated by the penalty flag.
Tough, good run by Hayes there. Just a little bit too much. The big guys trying to do the best they can to open up the hole, but love that toughness from Hayes. Good athlete.
He sold the play well. He looked like he was going to. He looked right and like he was going to toss it back to a receiver behind him, but then he just turned around and took up off field. And the Big Reds defense bid on it, and the young man has some speed once he gets into the open field.
Yes, he does, and those are the kind of wheels that you need to be successful. I mean, we talked about that earlier. If you have a quarterback that's a threat to not only pass but to run, very, very tough to defend. You've got to pick your poison from a defense coordinator standpoint on what you can do.
They're down in 14 now.
Oh.
And the pass is complete to the 30-yard line, but that'll be shy of the first down by a couple of yards, so that'll bring up 4th and 2.
I'll tell you what, that Hayes kid is tough. He has taken some serious shots so far in this ball game, and he continues to bounce back up. But let's hope South can get that pass blocking shorn up so that he doesn't have to take hits like that much longer.
4th and 2. Nathan Tanner's rolling the dice here unless they're going to try to draw him off sides.
I would expect that from Coach Tanner, going a long count.
And they're going for it. Hand off to Bartley, and Bartley breaks through. Bartley's tough, spins away, and he finally gets dragged down at about the 48-yard line, 49-yard line. Now we've got some extracurricular activity on the field. That was a 29-yard pickup there on 4th and 2.
Boy, watch out. He just lead block right there. They folded the lineman, and he cut it up with some speed right through the middle. Great run, great play. Very good design by Coach Tanner.
It almost looked like a horse collar tackle. Oh, nearly intercepted. Another turnover, and it was a dangerous pass. And that was nearly picked off by the Big Reds.
One thing I'm seeing when he's rolling out here, sets up a little bit late before he delivers the football. So he needs to do a better job of setting up a little bit early so he can really read his progression and not try to force that in there in that situation. Got a nice break. PHS player dropped the ball, so we're back again.
Now this time, nothing much there for Bartley. He'll get knocked down about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Nice penetration there for the Big Reds, the linebacker core, as they come through.
Give a little bit of shout out right now to my good friend Rich Williams. I was coaching on his staff here in '99 when this stadium opened up, and I remember the excitement that he had just being able to bring the Big Reds out here in a rivalry game against a PHS team that won the state championship that year. And we obviously came out on the opposite side of where we wanted to be, but it was a victory for the entire South Side to have a home game.
Indeed. Haynes. We've got a lot of contact, but no penalties, no flags thrown.
There's a flag there.
Late flag coming in from the side. Not called by the official on the scene, but by one earlier upfield.
Yeah, it looked like the sideline judge threw the flag. I'm curious what we have here. Haven't seen any indication yet.
Side judge Lee Dunn talking with Rex Foster, and we'll get the call from Rex.
Looks like this is going against South.
They're marching back.
Pass interference. Offensive number 1. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Offensive pass interference. Looks like they got him, extended his hands just a little bit. And that's kind of a more common thing you're beginning to see in football is more offensive pass interference. Although technically, if the defender's got his hands on you down the field, that's defensive pass interference. But every time you see an offensive receiver fully extend, that you're going to get it.
Yeah, a lot of hand jockeying, both offensively and defense. Yeah. They get the punt off.
Oh, great punt.
It bounces, but it will go into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20.
A little bit farther left, go out of bounds inside the 5. That would have really put your opponent in a tough position to come down the field. But here we got the Big Reds. They got the ball back. They're going to be at the 20-yard line to start. And they have an opportunity to put a drive together and sustain it and see if they can't take the lead.
And you're watching the annual Crosstown Showdown between Parkersburg High and Parkersburg South on the Valley's Me-My. We got a tape replay of this game coming up at 11:30. I know I'm going to go home and watch it, Rick.
Absolutely. We got to critique ourselves, Jeff.
Yes, there's a lot to critique on my side. These fans are stoked. No points yet here in the third quarter. The Big Reds trying to end that drought and regain the lead.
Nice little boot action.
Yeah. Hits his receiver, first down yardage. A great play on first down.
Looks like we picked up about 13 yards there.
First down by Lexington.
So, interesting opportunity for the South players right now. Okay, things didn't go away on your first possession, but hey, you've got your opponent pinned back deep in their territory. Let's calm down. Let's make an adjustment. Do what you're coached to do daily by Coach Tanner and his staff. I know his kids are well prepared. Let's see what they can force the Big Reds into. And if you're Coach Kimes, make the adjustments that you said at halftime and continue doing what is working. Oh,
that was Jake Shelton running without his helmet. He lost it early in that run, and we've got a flag on the play. I think it probably got ripped off of his head, a face mask. And Austin, do we have a replay of that? And we'll see where that helmet disappeared. Yes, somebody.
Oh, yeah. Full hand.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have not seen a preliminary indication as of yet.
Of course, you and I can appreciate when his helmet came off. He has a nice head of hair. Both you and I can appreciate that. And
I tell people all the time, when they said, hey, you having a great day? I said, if it was any better, I'd have a full head of hair.
And that will be personal foul, face mask.
Defense number 45, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So that helps the Big Red cause there, moving them close to midfield.
That penalty moves the ball to the
actually across midfield, 1st and 10 on the Patriots' 49-yard line.
Great field position. You got first down. What are you going to do? Can you keep the momentum, put in the score to get the lead? PHS gets this lead. That puts South with a little bit of pressure on them and see how the kids will respond.
Shekel once again gets a handoff. No, I can take that back. That is Ethan Jones on the carry.
Very good run by Ethan. Tough, hard run. Nice spin move to gain an extra 4 or 5 yards there after initial contact.
Ball's down to the 44-yard line, or 43-yard line. Good pickup on first down, about 6 yards.
The great thing about watching this right now, Jim, is we're at that point. Who's going to take control of this game? And, both teams are trading jabs back and forth. But who's going to really put set up the 1-2 punch here and punch this thing into the end zone?
Who wants it more?
Who's going to win the battle in the trenches and make it happen?
Kincaid handing off to Shelton. Shelton spinning away. He'll pick up first down yardage. Down to about the 35-yard line, close to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Big Reds are doing a really nice job. They're giving a nice lead blocker in front, creating a little ISO action, taking on the linebacker so he can cut off of that block. And Shelton's doing a great job of seeing that and getting the extra yards.
And, of course, this style of play is playing in the Big Reds' hand. Ball possession. Moving down the field, slowly eating up the clock and giving themselves an opportunity to get into the end zone.
Yeah, you definitely shorten the time of the game when you can run it, and they're having success there.
Kincaid with a little pass out to Shelton, a nice little scissor kick there. He gets it across the 30, about the 29-yard line.
It's a nice little design. Sends both the outside receivers up to tie up the corners and the safety. You swing the back out of the backfield. Really easy because South's been playing a little bit deep. It's really opened up for a 6-7 yard gain almost every time all night.
in great, when you get that kind of yardage on first down, it makes the rest of your play calls a lot easier.
Well, it's a whole lot better than when you have 1st and 30, I'll tell you that.
Shelton cuts it to the right, kicks to the outside. Well, that was a great timing play across the 25 to the 18. That'll move the chains. Big Red's close to the red zone, I should say, to the 23-yard line, close to the red zone.
Yeah, timing's everything. That's the play they ran earlier that bobbled, and we had to fumble in the backfield that the Big Reds were able to recover. But that time it worked.
Speaking of working, the lights have just gone out here in the press box once again.
Turn out the lights.
Yep. Kincaid nearly bobbled it, and he had the ball come loose, and he's going to take off. He gets a good block by Shelton, and he gets close to the first down yardage, and I think he might have it at about the 14-yard line. Like the chain gang guys, get the heck out of the way when you see the players coming to him.
I tell you, Kincaid has really played well, both running and throwing the football this evening, and that was a great decision on his. He went to go throw it, bobbled the ball a little bit in his hands, and realized it's too late to throw that. I'm going to tuck it and go.
And Shelton gave him a good block, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Coming up just over 2 minutes. I think they wanted to reset the play clock. Play clock's down to 4, 3, 2.
Oh,
they get the play off. Shelton cuts it back. And he'll pick up 2 or 3 yards. And
number 63 lost his helmet there.
That'll be first down. It'll be about first and goal, I believe.
Yeah.
Just balls resting on the 10-yard line. Now they want to do officials timeout.
Yeah. Needed to tie his shoe, I believe. Shelton's doing a great job seeing the cutback. He's really planting that foot and then cutting hard off of it, and that's allowing South's defensive linemen have gotten really aggressive, and they're overflowing the play. They need to slow down just a little bit, keep their read, and then attack downhill.
A first and goal from the 10-yard line. Now it's Ethan Jones, and he'll get knocked back at about the 11-yard line. It'll be about a loss of 1.
Much better job by the South defense. Everybody stayed at home and didn't get overly aggressive and overrun the play. And they were setting perfect to make that tackle for no gain. Actually, a little bit of a loss.
2nd and 10 here. Do you see Kincaid trying to pop a little pass here?
It might be a good time to run the run-pass option that they had the big play on earlier. Because in these situations, when you're down a goal line, defense plays so close, it'd be real easy to fake the handoff and pop the hot pass right over top.
And the Big Reds will talk this one over. They take their first timeout of the second half. We'll take a timeout here with Parkersburg South on top of Parkersburg High, 13-10. We'll be back with more after this. And Cooper Kincaid just runs the ball in for 11 yards for the touchdown. He swept through the right side. I don't know if we've got the replay of that, but
what a great decision by Kincaid. He rolled it. They rolled him out, realized his receivers were covered, had one defender to the beat, and the defender was off to the right. He kind of pump faked him just a little bit, took off down the seam, untouched in the end zone. He went. Great play call by Coach Cobbs.
The kick is good by Quentin Wright. And Parkersburg High has regained the lead 17-13 with 51 seconds to go in this third quarter. And Rick, they just marched the ball downfield methodically and ate up a lot of time on the clock and then punched the ball in for the touchdown.
Coach Combs couldn't have asked for a better play sequence to happen. As far as the drive, it's exactly what he wanted to do. He told us that at halftime. I want to control the ball, which we were doing. Keep it safe. Don't commit a turnover. Turn that into points. Now they're setting at 17-13 the lead with 51 seconds left in the third. The great thing is that we're going to see how Coach Tanner's group responds. And I have a feeling they're going to respond very well. And this fourth quarter is going to be a barn burner for us and all of you at home as well.
So sit tight, stay in front of that TV set or your computer screen if you're watching this online, or your phone. It's going to be a good one here.
As we watch this kickoff, I'm curious to see how long is it going to be before high school sports sees the kickoff rule change to what they're doing in the NFL now.
I'm still trying to understand that. And, of course, they do a good job explaining. Quentin Wright kicking the ball away here. Once again, it's a little squib kick taken by the up back. Down to about the 38-yard line. Good field position. And that was pulled in by James Matea, 5'9" sophomore. So good field position, 1st and 10 from the 38.
Yeah, great job of the Big Red defender, really squaring his shoulders, breaking down, and making that tackle, allowing the offensive player to come to him and keep it for a short return.
Rex Foster winds the clock. Bartley struggling. Worked very hard for about a yard and a half.
Yeah, I've really been impressed. Both defenses have really created a lot of pressure this evening. PHS did a good job right there, really just staying at home. We used to, back when I was coaching there before, we used to tell our defensive linemen, we really just want you that one step past the line of scrimmage and to kind of settle down and stay in your gap.
Quick pass to the receiver out of the backfield. Nice move up about the 38-yard line, 1st down yardage. That was Devin Forshee.
Flag.
And penalties come through. They've see what the call is. Looks like the Patriots will be marching back.
Offense number 8, 10 yards from the spot of foul. 2nd down.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, we would coach our defensive linemen to take that one step across the line of scrimmage, keep your position, hold your gap, because if you went much farther than that, you created a lot of vertical seams that running backs that have good vision would cut, and it makes it very tough on your linebackers and your secondary players to break off from their coverage to get in there and make a play.
And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. And that does it for our lights once again. After 3 quarters of the Crosstown Showdown, Parkersburg High on top, 17-13. We'll be back with 4th quarter action after this. And welcome back to the Crosstown Showdown, and this is a good one. It is 17-13, the start of the 4th quarter. Parkersburg High Big Reds have the lead over the Patriots. The Patriots have the ball, trying to respond. The 13-10 at the halftime, and the Big Reds score the only touchdown of the 3rd quarter on a 9-yard touchdown run. A quarterback keeper by Cooper Kincaid, giving the Big Reds the lead, and now the Patriots trying to answer here early in the 4th quarter.
Man, I'm telling you what, if you're a fan of football, you've missed an opportunity to come here and see what is an incredible game between two finely coached teams that are just trading blows back and forth. And here it is, the 4th quarter. Who wants it more?
Hayes handing it off to Bartley. Bartley picking up some yardage, tough yardage up the middle.
Yeah, a little counter tray action right there. Looked good.
Ball up to the 40-yard line.
And that's what you need, positive plays, okay?
Yeah.
Penalty puts you back. You got 3rd down and long, but now it's 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 20.
Bartley once again shoots up the middle. He turns on the jets. Nobody's going to catch him. Eli Bartley all the way for the touchdown. And just like that, the Parkersburg South Patriots have regained the lead.
What a great run. Great job by the offensive line of South. Look at that. Just everybody hat on hat. The seam opened up like Moses parting the Red Sea, and away goes Eli Bartley.
61 yards for the touchdown for Eli Bartley. Electricity here at the Erickson All Sports facility. A nice little dance move, too, after the touchdown.
Great players rise to the occasion and create their names in history. And what a great run to happen in this tightly contested ball game.
The kick is up, and it is through. extra point is good there. And with 11:25 to go, the Patriots on top by the score of 20-17. It's a good one.
Oh, the excitement, you can see everybody's on the edge of their seat. What's going to happen next? Who's going to make a play? So now it's PHS's turn. Who's going to make a play for the Big Reds? We went through the first 3 quarters and 17-13, and we've already had a touchdown. Could this turn into one of those where you have a 40-point quarter?
Could be. Football Frenzy, been an award-winning tradition on Friday nights for over 25 years now on WTAP. Tonight at 11:15, join Ryan Wilson and Josiah Schuneman for a complete recap of this game, plus highlights of 2-time defending state champion Williamstown hosting Ritchie County, Fort Fry hosting Harrison Central, Warren hosting Paintsville, and Waterford taking on Nelsonville York, and Ravenswood traveling to play Doddridge County. Plus, we'll hear from tonight's winning coach, all coming away tonight on Football Frenzy at 11:15 on WTAP. Another short kick. And going backwards. And he'll get thrown all the way back. Let's see where they give him forward progress at the 30-yard line. He's where they give him the forward progress there.
Well, it looks like we got a
player down.
To kick in.
Yeah.
Again, get in a situation like that, just get straight up the field, get what you can. Could have been easily at the 35-yard line, and now they're back at the 30.
And the player down here trying to stretch out his calf, working through a Charlie horse.
Yeah, I think a lot of the younger athletes today just haven't been taught the importance of proper nutrition. That is, I think back to the WVU game a few weeks ago. Here's one of the best linemen in the country, Wyatt Milam, cramps up so bad at halftime that he didn't even get to play the second half against Penn State. But, eating the right things, drinking plenty of fluid days every day, staying away from sodas, sugars, and things like that, it makes a difference in the body if you're going to be a great athlete.
Shelton getting around left end, picking up 4 or 5 yards before being run out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Kimes has done a great job making the adjustment, really trying to attack the edge against South's defense. And we got another player down out here.
35.
Didn't get the number on him.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's what I was trying to see right there. Yeah, and a night like that, it was so hot to start this game. Now it's cooling down very quickly. If going back to what I was saying, if you haven't drank enough water, I remember kids used to have big jars of pickle juice that they would drink in order to get it in there. But I was talking to Joe Lehman, who's well known in the area for his athletic training prowess and getting athletes back. They have a cream now that they can just rub on, and it takes care of the dehydration and eliminates the cramping up that happens.
Huh.
So every year they're coming up with something different. But moving forward with these kids, really taking advantage of what is available to them, and they get him off the sideline, get him the fluids that he needs, and let's see if we can get him back in the game.
And we're back to the action, 2nd and 5. Handoff up the middle, not much running room this time for Shelton.
Yeah, South's defensive line did a great job stuffing the inside.
So to bring up 3rd down. Patriots trying to get a defensive stop here. Get that ball back and see if their offense could add to their lead.
Be interested to see what the Big Reds do here. They've throughout the game they've run a lot of motion, but they've never really given the ball to the motion man going away. Be curious to see how that works. Another run pass option here by Parkersburg High School for a 1st down.
the 42-yard line. He faked the handoff, and then he started to take off. Then he stopped and just tossed a nice little pass out there, picked up the first down.
And that play, that is a part of the game of football that has really elevated and transcended it over the last probably the 20 years. It's just that run-pass option. You're putting a linebacker or a corner or a safety on an island and saying, we're attacking you. Do you want to play the run? If you play the run, we're going to hit the pass. You play the pass, we're going to run the ball. And it's a very, very hard play to defend.
Big Reds have trips at the top of the screen, but once again, as they hand off to Shelton, he's the workhorse of this Big Red offense, and why not with the talent that he has?
He's a threat. He hasn't really broken loose yet for a long one, but he's been right there, just on the edge of being able to do that. But credit South for making the adjustments they need to make to keep him at home.
And they're staying in the back into the huddle coming up, watching the, once again, the same formation, trips up top. And this time he'll flip out for a screen pass, and oh my goodness. Hit him in the breadbasket, but I think that's a classic case of turning your head upfield and looking where you're going to run before you catch the ball.
It's one of those things where you've been playing both ways, been playing very, very hard. So late in the game, you've got to really concentrate a little bit more just for that, because those little things like that will make the difference between a successful play and then a play that is unsuccessful.
Bring up 3rd and 7. They had a third down situation earlier in this drive, and they're able to pull it off. Kincaid flips a little pass out there.
That was
Shelton.
Crowd's yelling for a hold on.
Holding play, and somebody got tugged or turned around. But it's 4th down, nonetheless.
4th down and, a long 4 yards to get there. PHS, Coach Collins is going to roll the dice here.
Interesting. Still a lot of time in this game. You might want to pin him back, but 4th down. Going to the air. Oh, nice over the middle pass. He catches it. He takes a shot, but he picks up the first down yardage. Great catch by Zane Lewis, who had the drop earlier a couple plays ago, but this time
I guess that's all he needed to do was throw it to him in traffic. He concentrated really good.
But he took a pop there. It was a nice, solid, legal hit.
Textbook tackle.
Yeah, that was Dietrich Riggs who made the stop. But Big Reds gamble, and they win, picking up that first down, moving the ball across midfield. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Jones looking for running room, and he'll take a pop. He gets knocked down. How do you do?
South did a really good job stringing this play out, didn't give a lot. Just because of the way that they played that defense, they allowed the backers to flow from the inside to the out, right there to make the tackle as soon as he made a cut upfield.
Now it was Derek Sandy on the tackle for the Patriots.
I know I've said this multiple times, but what a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Just two teams battling it out. Very evenly matched teams, I would say, and giving it their heart.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. He fakes it out there, and he'll get knocked down for a loss.
Big
Coming through, Logan Middleton of the Patriots defense, a 6', 255-pound senior. Puts a crimp in the momentum of the Big Reds right there with a big-time sack.
You see, it just
bowls his way up the middle.
Yep, tried to seal down, and he beat the seal through the at the LOS, and there he is in the backfield taking down the quarterback.
Going to bring up 3rd and 14. Big play by the Patriots defense.
Couldn't have come at a better time. Now the Big Reds are faced with third and long.
I think the Big Reds on a 3rd down play will try to get it within 5 yards for the first down. They're going for it. He slips on the turf wide open, and he would have it would have been a great catch and run after the catch for the first down, but that'll bring up 4th and 14. And on comes the Big Red punt team.
Now, that's a play that Coach Kynes has been known for, going all the way back to when he was the offensive coordinator over here at South, is that they get that flow going away from everybody, and then they swing the back out to the backside, and they're just waiting to see if that corner and that safety are going to cheat to the play side to open that up. And he was wide open, just the pass was a little bit off.
The punt hits about the 20, and it'll roll to the 19, so the Patriots will start with the lead, 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line with 7:22 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're Coach Tanner, what you want to do, you want to control the clock. The ball's in your hands, you have a lead, you're up 3. Just keep pounding the ball with what you do and then run the play action off of it. They've had a lot of success when they've done that. The other thing is there's a lot of time left here. 7:22 left. PHS has got 2 timeouts. Maybe it's a good opportunity to go up-tempo, get a first down and immediately go like that and see if the Big Reds can respond quick enough to it. I'm willing to bet Coach Tanner has that in his back pocket.
And I don't know if the evening, if they're starting to get dew on the grass or whatever from we're close proximity to the river, but the field seems to be a little slick. I had a couple players slick down.
Yeah, that has been the one thing with this field since it opened. Once you get late into that third quarter, the fourth quarter, everything begins to cool down. A lot of condensation develops on that far side of the field. It makes it pretty slick.
Hayes pass it off to Bartley. Bartley getting around left end. We got a late flag in on the play too. We'll see what that's about.
Calling hold, or are we calling late hit? Hold. Hold is the preliminary indication.
So Patriots will have to march back.
Gate first down, yeah.
And they're discussing it.
Second down, and depends on where they put the spot of the foul.
There is no foul for holding.
Okay.
Oh, they pick up the flag.
All right.
A couple of the officials got together, talked it over, and relayed it to Rex.
Okay.
No penalty. So the gain will stand, and that will be first down.
Good.
For the Patriots, the ball is to be at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Good position for the Patriots. First down. Ball's in your hands. Continue to drive. Run the clock. We're down to 6:40. Right now, they can put this game away. And it's, what's Coach Kynes going to do to make adjustment to try to get the ball back or keep South from driving down the field?
Need a stop or a takeaway. Bartley bounces off a would-be tackler, bounces off another. Oh,
great vision.
He has great vision, balance, and almost like a bullfighter dodging the bull. But
he just keeps his shoulder square, keeps his head downfield, and just moves his feet. Follows lets the defense overflow. Great play, great individual effort by Bartley.
Rick, I counted like 5 guys that had a shot at him and didn't get him.
1, 2. There they got him on that play.
Crosses midfield. Good pickup on first down. And clock now hitting the 6-minute mark. The Patriots with the lead and with the momentum right now as they moving the ball down the field.
And Zane Lewis did a great job coming from the backside to make that tackle. If he hadn't, that play was going to go a little bit longer.
2nd and 5. Once again, Bartley. Nice cutback up the middle. Bartley. Oh, he trips up. I thought Bartley was going to take it to the house there. He nearly did, and he'll come out. He needs a little bit of a breather.
Well, we talked about that earlier. Who's going to step up and take control of the game? Who's going to be the player and the leader? I think Eli Bartley has just put his name out there and says, boys, get on my back. I'm carrying us home.
1st and 10 from the 31. And it's the quarterback keeper. And on his way is Colin Hayes inside the red zone. Down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Good pickup.
Nice run by Hayes. Great vision. South's line is taking control of the PHS defensive front, and they are creating those gaps that are allowing the running backs to run through.
And we've got a timeout here. I think the Big Reds took the timeout to yes, indeed, get their guys a little breather and get them reset.
Yeah, the PHS defense looks a little tired. They've had kids playing both ways, which I'm sure adds to that. On the day when it was very, very hot early, now it's cooling down. Your muscles exert a lot more energy than what would be normal. But that's a sheer thing of the injuries the PHS is going through. You're having a lot of kids that are having to play both ways because you don't have reserves in the background. But like we said, that could be a blessing down the road for them.
And the winner of tonight's game will take home the Corbett Cup Trophy, named after Dr. Richard Corbett, who was the team physician for many years for Parkersburg High. And then when Parkersburg South came into existence and their football team, he was also the team doctor for the Patriots in their early years of existence. So the winner of tonight's game will get their name and score engraved on the Corbett Cup Trophy, and the school will get to keep the trophy until next year's Crosstown Showdown. We'll have the trophy presentation after the game. Okay, first and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. Colin Hayes has Bartley with him, and he gets it off to Bartley. Bartley cuts it up the middle. Eli Bartley all the way down to about the 2-yard line before he gets brought down by Adam Elder.
Right now, PHS is just getting outmanned at the point of attack. They're trying to bring pressure, but the pressure is going so far inside, they're leaving that edge wide open for the cutbacks. You can be aggressive and be tough without being overly aggressive.
Oh, there's a little mix-up there, and Collins gets dragged down for a loss.
Yeah, it looked like the offensive line got set a little bit late and wasn't expecting the ball to be snapped quite that quickly.
So 3rd and goal.
3rd and 5. Can the Big Red defense hang on for 2 more plays and force either a field goal or a turnover on downs?
Clock is rolling under 4 minutes. Hayes on the keeper up the middle. Hayes.
Touchdown.
Over and in for the score. 5 yards for the touchdown. He just made it over. And the Patriots extend their lead to 26-17. Let's take a look at the replay. He just bowled his way.
Yep, fake to the running back, a little zone read right there. Lowered his head, and just a great athlete. Good individual effort. South has done such a wonderful job here in the second half of really taking the point of attack to the Big Red defensive line.
The kick is no good.
Got another one. Okay, so that leaves it a 9-point game now.
3:43 to go in the ball game.
Now, interesting enough, we had talked about earlier, we thought we'd see some big plays from some of the receivers, but this has really been a lineman's dream.
Yeah, it's a ground and pound. It's a running attack.
Rich Rodriguez and Woody Hayes are loving every bit of this.
And there's a full slate of games coming up ahead in college football tomorrow. It all kicks off at high noon with the Ohio State Buckeyes hosting Marshall's Thundering Herd. The coverage begins at noon on WOVA Fox Parkersburg. Also at noon, it's West Virginia trying to bounce back from last week's devastating loss in the backyard brawl. Mountaineers will host Kansas. 12:45, it's a cat fight as Ohio University Bobcats on the road against the Kentucky Wildcats. And at 2 o'clock, the American College Pioneers travel to Columbus to take on Otterbein. Josiah Schuneman will have all your complete college football scores and highlights tomorrow on WTAP Sports at 11. And a great football weekend ahead in the college and NFL as well.
Yeah, you've got
and baseball for baseball fans.
Yes, I'll have an opportunity to see the Reds and the Pirates on Sunday. But interesting with the Thundering Herd taking on Ohio State. I've told several people that Ohio State has a very good chance to go all the way this year. The depth that they have on they're 2 deep and 3 deep at some positions.
Big Reds run the kickoff to about the 35-yard line. And they find themselves down by 9 points with 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go. So time is of the essence for the Big Reds. They've been methodical with their offensive drives. But this time they got to get to the hurry up and put a couple scores on the board and make a stop in between or an onside kick.
Well, the biggest plays that PHS has had is being able to roll Kincaid out of the pocket and get it, because when he stayed in the pocket, he's faced a lot of pressure.
Oh, they say it's incomplete, that it hit the ground. Isaac Daly is presenting his case that he caught it, but the referee says, no, son, give me the football, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, there was definitely a bounce there before it got into his hands. All right, you've got 3 downs. This is your 4-down territory the rest of the game. What are the plays that are going to work? You don't have to get it all in one play. You still have time, but you need to be getting 15 to 20-yard plays at a clip and getting people out of bounds and save the clock.
Kincaid goes it to the far sideline. Oh, the ball is out, and the Patriots have it, and that shall do it. Another takeaway by the Patriots defense, very opportunistic defense, and Caden Johnson comes up with the fumble recovery.
Nice play. Zane Lewis gets it out of the backfield. Kid puts his helmet right on the football, causes it to pop out of his hands, makes the recovery. Just tough. I feel bad for Zane. It's his senior year to go out, and that's, but plays like that happen. That was a great play by the defender of South to making sure that he put his helmet on that ball and create the turnover. And now South's in a great position to just methodically ice the game away.
Yep. Give the ball a dose of Bartley and running the ball. And Hayes running the ball and just pick up the first downs and run the clock out. Bartley gets slung down and a flag on the play. I think it'll be an unnecessary roughness call here.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
A little bit of, that happens in rivalry games. You find yourself behind very late in the game. You're frustrated. That's a hard time to get a hold of. To hold your head high, have pride, do things the right way, and make sure you're an example of good sportsmanship throughout the day.
26-yard line.
And a reminder, at the end of the game, we'll be picking the player of the game, honoring the outstanding athletic performance by an individual athlete. I think we've got a player or two in mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Holland Hayes looking to throw to the end zone. And we've got an offensive pass interference call, I'm pretty sure, coming up
an
here.
Interception, I think.
Yeah. No, they said incomplete pass.
Must have dropped it there.
Yeah. That was a case where the defender or the offensive player had to become the defender because the ball was underthrown, and he got a little bit overzealous in defending the play.
Yeah, a little bit curious. Wonder if that was a kind of like a replay where it was, the play was called differently at the line of scrimmage. No need to really throw the football at this point. Just continue to run it. You've got a short field to work with and run the clock. PHS has got 1 timeout left. So, they're going to wait till you get a first down before they do anything.
I'd like to see Coach Tanner's reaction to that play.
Oh, I'm certain that Coach Tanner was not happy about that.
And Hayes will run the ball. It was 1st and 25. Now we're 2.5 minutes to go on a running clock. And the Big Reds only have 1 timeout left in their arsenal to try to stop the clock.
Stop by Jackson Road, pick up a 3.
Both these teams, the kids have played so hard this evening. You can tell they've all wanted it, and it's just it's unfortunate for PHS that you're coming out on at the bottom side of this, but kudos and hats off to South for really stepping up when they needed to. Big players made plays. But for me, the most impressive thing I've seen with South's offense is what their offensive line has done blocking. I've seen hats on hats, and they're giving their running backs lanes to make plays.
And they make Bartley look good. They make Johnson look good. Hayes look good, in the running game.
Charge timeout, Parkersburg.
And Parkersburg uses its final timeout, 1:54 to go, and that'll stop the clock. And they're being up 3rd down and long. And Big Red should get, barring a great play for the first down, the Big Red should get the ball back for one final possession. And what do you, as a defensive coach, what is they telling the players now? Okay, don't give up the big play.
Well, do what you're coached. Follow your position coaches. You work on technique. Stay true to your technique. Just follow that. Do what you need to do. Take that opportunity. Get your helmet on the football to try to create a turnover. Try to strip without giving up a big play. You never know. You create a fumble, the ball bounces up. Maybe you're off to the races and score a touchdown, a minute left. Hey, you can onside kick and get back into this game.
And we're ready for action. Patriots have 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. An empty backfield. Hayes looking left, and he throws it to...
Looks like Forshee.
Yeah, Forshee, and he gets knocked out of bounds, well short of the first down yardage. But the clock, he did get knocked out of bounds, so fortunately for the Big Reds, that stops the clock. It'll bring up 4th down and long.
4th and 17. No chance that they're going to punt here. This is going to be some kind of run play. Although I am all about angle punting. So angle punt it, out of bounds, put them inside the 10-yard line. Say if you're going to score, you're going to have to go the whole length of the field.
The old coffin corner.
Mm-hmm. Look for the...
Rolling right. Hayes, he flips it out. He hits his receiver short of the first down yardage. And they say he gets knocked out of bounds. That will stop the clock. The change of possession will stop the clock. So the Big Reds will have the ball with 1:40 to go. And
I've seen
needing a miracle.
I have seen crazier things happen. Yep. I remember a playoff game that Coach Kimes' brother was in as a sophomore. They were playing Huntington in the quarterfinals and were down, if I remember correctly, 24 points with about 5 minutes to go in the game and came back and won it in the last second. So there's plenty of time to get a touchdown, get an onside kick recovery, and score before this game's over. So let's see what happens.
Kincaid. Pass is incomplete, just out of the reach of Zane Lewis.
Good effort. Zane laid his entire body out to make that play. You can tell he's tired. He's limping a little bit, but he's given everything he's got in his last game as a Big Red.
Last game is against his rival,
yes.
Although back in the day, it would have been his last game. It was the last week of the season. I don't know. I kind of like that, but I could see why they moved it.
Yeah, it just great crowd here tonight, which the kids just really appreciate.
Pass was a little bit behind the intended receiver, so they'll bring up 3rd and 10. Once again, Zane Lewis was the intended receiver on that play.
He's going off the field. Looks like he's got a little bit of cramping going on.
Needs a bite of pepperoni pizza to help revive him.
Hey, it is about that time. Told everybody, remember the days in coaching. It used to be Reuben's Deli would be stacked up in the press boxes. And when I was up as an assistant coach, I kept trying to sneak over and get it from everybody else.
Fill your belly. Stoppage of play here.
Step down, delay game offense, number 3.
Delay of game.
Correction, 3rd down.
Makes 3rd and long, even 3rd and longer.
Very 3rd, 15.
We got
3rd and 15. And,
yeah, 3 receivers at the top of the screen.
And an attorney they didn't get to.
Yeah. Pass is hot and short and well short of the first down yardage. It's Hunter Levitt pulled it in.
Levitt on the reception.
All right. Got 4th down.
Touchdown by Lenny.
Clock is running. 1:10.
And South needs PHS needs to get in a little bit more of a hurry. You got, a minute left. There's still a chance if you're a Big Red. Quick strike, big play, get an onside kick, see what happens. A little sense of urgency. I'd like to see that.
I think a little dejection, and the Patriots are coming at him. They can sense it. Quarterback takes a shot, passes intercepted, and that will do it. I believe that's the 4th takeaway for the Patriots defense.
I believe so. Yes.
And just a lot of pressure on Kincaid. He takes a shot one more time, and it was like I think they call that a wounded duck up in the air. And the Patriots now will, 39 seconds to go, will take a knee and maybe take 2 knees, and that will be it. 26-17 here. I think a lot of people didn't give the Big Reds a chance because of their injury situation coming in, but they played a great game, and the Patriots responded when they had to take this over.
Well, it's one of those things that, a lot of people say they're not big on moral victories, but, if I'm Coach Kimes, I'm going to tell my kids that when we get over there that, hey, look, you guys fought your hearts out. You gave everything that you had. I'm excited about where they're moving to, the momentum they're building for later in the year, but let's not mistake what happened here tonight. South was the better football team. At least on this particular night. They were coached very well. The kids were in the right place. And like I said earlier, was very, very impressed with the work their offensive line did to create openings for those running backs and quarterbacks to run through.
Parkersburg South runs its winning streak to 3 in a row with a 26-17 victory. We'll be back with more on the Crosstown Showdown after this. And welcome back to Crosstown Showdown. The 57th edition goes to Parkersburg South, 26-17. Time now to give our player of the game honors. And Rick, that would be?
Number 11, Eli Bartley. What a game for that youngster. Toughness exudes, and his athletic ability is incredible.
Breaking touchdown runs and breaking tackles and breaking the hearts of the Big Reds. And Eli Bartley is our player of the game. And now we'll go down to talk with the coach of the Parkersburg South Patriots, Coach Nathan Tanner. Coach Tanner, congratulations on the big win. What was the key in the second half? What adjustments did you guys make to pull this game out in the second half?
Well, I feel like second half we just came out, got some good stops, and we were able to establish the run game, and kids blocked their tails off, and I think the stops, we were able to create a turnover. That was really big, just running it down their throat. Super proud of the kids.
Yeah, Coach, we had talked earlier in the week about the turnovers, but, I know even though you like to spread the ball out, you're an offensive lineman's dream, the way you like to pound the ball. And tell me what you worked with your offensive line this week to really get them getting hats on hats and creating openings for your Mr. Bartley and your quarterback.
Man, really with the O-line, we do the same stuff every week. We hit the sled, work combos, work traps, work wraps. Those kids, they work their tails off. And we preach this to them. They win the game Monday through Thursday. So super proud of those big boys up front.
You guys faced adversity. You were down in the second half, but no nervousness or sense of I guess it kind of fueled a sense of urgency, and how you guys responded, you must be proud about how they responded to that adversity.
Yeah, big time. I think what you said there, the first half, everybody's cranked up with their emotions. Everybody's super high. I feel like at halftime we were able to settle down and came out the second half, just played ball like we have the last 2 weeks. Very proud of them, though, like you said, responded to some adversity.
Coach Tanner, great job. Go celebrate with your team. Hold that trophy up high and enjoy this victory.
All right, appreciate y'all. Thank you.
And speaking of the trophy, we'll have the trophy presentation. The Corbin Cup trophy will be presented. Now, first we'll talk to our player of the game, Eli Bartley. Thanks for being with us. Congratulations on a great win for you and your team.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What was the difference tonight for you? What happened in the fourth quarter that lit a fire?
I mean, defense really stepped up. They came out at halftime, and, man, the O-line started blocking their tails off, and we started getting in their head, and they got in their motions, and I think that we reached their breaking point.
You know, you had to sit out last week with an injury. How did it feel to get back on the field tonight? Especially, I know you wanted to be a part of this game.
It really felt great. I mean, I really didn't know if I was going to be able to play. It was a day-to-day situation, but came out this week and practiced and had no pain, so decided to come ball out with the boys.
Great job, Eli. You did fantastic. Maybe you need to make pancakes for the boys in the morning.
Look how beautiful that trophy is, man. Look how beautiful that trophy is.
Eli Bartley, our player of the game. Thank you for being with us. And enjoy the rest of the night, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. It's a great day to be a Patriot, baby.
There is the Corbin Cup trophy going to the Parkersburg South Patriots. They will get that trophy for another year, and it'll be up for grabs in 2025. And Parkersburg South winning the Crosstown Showdown 26-17 to go to 2-1 on the season. And Rick, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
You know, well, first of all, you had two evenly matched teams that just fought their hearts out. South in that fourth quarter just took control. They wanted it. They had a, never say die attitude, and they were going to give, and they did give everything in their power to make sure that they played PHS to the nth degree and come out with a victory, and that's exactly what they did.
And that will put the wraps on our first telecast of the year. We've got 3 more rivalry games coming your way, including 1 in 2 weeks. And we thank you for being with us. Our camera crew tonight, Jacob Reifsteck, and our director is Austin Ide and Larry White, and our other cameraman was Kevin Buzzperk. The guys in Master Control, Jeff Jones, and Rick Marshall alongside of Jim Wharton and Mike Hayden, who's not here tonight, but will be back in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Once again, the final score, Parkersburg South wins the Crosstown Showdown. Have a great night and a great weekend, everybody.